Folks, look what I just found. A little video game booth at a local toy show. I've never actually been to this little toy expo here in my hometown. And so I'm just poking around, seeing if we can maybe come to a deal. I think, is this the only video game booth?
I know somebody else has some over in the corner, but
a few things.
Yeah, but definitely the biggest one here today.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of, got everything from literally Switch games to, there's sealed, look at this, sealed Game Boy games, OG and television stuff,
3DO
tons. Yeah, you've got a ton of guides over here. There was even like sealed, look at this. This is crazy, guys. This booth has a ton of bangers. Really cool to see. So as you guys know, I'm going to be poking around and seeing if we can put some games together to work out a deal. I'll let you guys know what I find. First thing that I spotted was actually this Game Boy SP, mostly because one, the boxes and manual alone have been doing decent for us over on Encore, but also we're looking for a unit to use as a tester at one of our stations. So at $125 on this, that could actually be a really solid deal. I think I will go ahead and start out our pile with this guy. I did go ahead and test it, and it's looking good. We'll put it on top of this, maybe not on top of that gold star. What's a good spot for this? Ended up coming away with my first little stack of Switch games. The prices are definitely, they're like a little bit under comps, which kind of works if we're able to do like a little percentage off as a bulk deal, because the prices that we get on Amazon are really solid on this stuff. So that's cool. Also, look at this. $5 each for e-reader like card packs. That just, I don't know, that seems like a good deal. Still sealed. I may have to take a look at those. We may just throw those on Encore or something. Whoa, 100 each for those. That's definitely different. 200 for the pair of those. This is just a huge e-reader. But look at this. This looks like a theme deck, but of e-reader cards. Mario Party card game. Wow. Still sealed. I'm telling you, this booth has some bangers. You just gotta, we'll dig a little bit. Here's another thing that I didn't notice before. I'm not even going to touch it. $3,000. What is back there?
It's a t-shirt. Yeah.
It's a t-shirt bundle?
The t-shirt comes with it. This is the one that I'm probably like way over on price. I've had people offer like, to me, it seemed like lowball offer.
So what's the highest offer you've gotten on it?
$750.
$750, okay.
But yeah, you cannot find any information about it. Yeah.
That's super cool.
Page 2. Can't find any information about it online.
Yeah, I wonder.
So yeah,
that does get your wheels turning.
Yeah, there's an N64 version that comes with a keychain. They got I think 2 or 3 guys.
Out of your collectibles, if you guys are interested in this gem, you may never see again.
Yeah.
All right, as usual, I am on the floor again, and just digging through these lower shelves here. Decent amount of like filler kind of titles, but then you'll see something cool like, you know, this sealed Devil May Cry. More sealed stuff over here. Whoa. Drake, also sealed. These guys pulled all of this stuff out of storage units that they've bought. Apparently they just see all kinds of stuff in the storage unit game, so that's cool. Here's the stack that I did end up coming away with. One of the cooler ones, highest dollar one is Fairy Tale. This one's going pretty well on Amazon, maybe like 40, well, I think it was low 40s after fees, so feeling good about that. Yeah. And here I am thinking this GameCube shelf won't be anything all that significant with this Rain of Fire in the front, but then bam, $110 Auto Modalista is the second one. They want to even pop that one in the front. That's a heavy hitting banger right there. Let's see what else we have here. No way, dude. We actually just bought one of these the other day, Skies of Arcadia. That is wild, man. Tube, whoa. Wait a second. Tube Slider's an $85 game. I did not see that one coming. All right, so folks, we actually found another booth here with a bunch of video game stuff. A decent amount of, you know, bread and butter kind of titles here. Nothing super high dollar, but I was nonetheless able to put a little stack together, and this is what I came away with. I'm going to see if they're negotiable at all. You can see the kind of stuff that I'm picking up here. I'm really hoping to get like maybe a 20% discount on everything, since it will be a few $100 worth of stuff. Lots of Marios, lots of recognizable kinds of titles here, and then I'll give you a look at all the spines of the other ones. Some of the stuff that I picked up, let me see if there's anything that I didn't really, I don't think I showed you guys this stack of a whole bunch of Super Nintendo stuff. Chris ended up giving me 20% off on all of this, which was very kind. Picked up a whole bunch of, you know, recognizable top popularity kinds of titles there, and also a few Pokemon DS games, Black 2, White 2, and what was it? Heart Gold. Well, folks, this is a turn of events. I just met a lovely man named Jim, who was just walking around in the show. He was like, hey, I've, you know, seen your videos, whatever. I was like, thanks so much. He said, hey, this is a random question. I've got a ton of Xbox One games in my trunk right now that I'm looking to clear out. Would you be interested? I was thinking about going to a, you know, game exchange or something like that. I was like, well, don't do that. Don't do that if they're worth anything. I'm happy to give you the best price I can, but I did say Xbox One stuff, it's probably one of the least valuable consoles. Like, I don't actively seek out Xbox One collections at all. So let me show you what I got and the deal we came to. I'm honestly on the fence whether I accidentally lowballed him or whether I ripped myself off here. I don't know. So we've got all of these Xbox One titles, and right off rip, like you guys can probably see, right? Titanfall, $0. Anthem, $0. Madden, $0. I was like, man, a lot of the stuff in here I'm literally just going to use for the case. Like, well, we would, if we sold this on Amazon, this one might be a decent one, we would lose money on the fees. But then there's also, you know, The Witcher, not bad. Fallout 4, I think, is not bad. We've got Mortal Kombat, we've got, I don't know if Assassin's Creed does decent on this console. I'm honestly, this is one of the, like, Dying Light is solid, Jurassic World is solid. One of the consoles that I'm least familiar with values. I do so little, like, consistent research on it just because I know, oh my gosh, I'm so consistently disappointed by Xbox One. But the nice thing is there's also another layer down here of another who knows how many games. Again, almost all certainly filler, but I think there'll be a few gems in here that we can pull out for Amazon. What, like, maybe there's one like Getaway. We could probably pull out, we'll probably get something for this Star Wars Tetris game. You can tell I did not do a lot of research on this deal, but crossing my fingers, hopefully it'll work out well. What I paid was $150 for this whole box. I was like, man, at that rate, like, we'll pay, I feel like it's pretty safe. I don't think I'm losing money. I just don't know how much I'm likely. I mean, look at, like, Warriors, how do you say that? Orochi or Orokai 3? Like, that's gotta be something. I don't know. I'm not taking the time to look everything up here and tell you whether it was a good deal, because I'm trying to get back into this show. But I don't know. Hopefully I didn't scam the guy. I know I definitely didn't scam the guy more than Game Exchange would have, so I feel good about that at least. And folks, I have found another video game booth. This actually is the booth of Matt's Games in Lexington, which I've done a bunch of business with before. Has a solid little case here of all the kind of stuff that I really like to buy, which is cool. So I'm making a little pile. I know Matt always hooks it up. That is the benefit of, being tight with some of the local vendors here. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm picking up, and I know the general percent that Matt is usually able to give me, so that's always great. Got some really great condition, just bread and butter items here. Looks like he's got a single Pokemon card. I was almost wanting to pull the trigger on this one as well, just because I do know that, we could use another tester unit. But I may hold off on that for now. This one, I don't know, this seems cheap. Does that seem cheap to you guys? $75? I may have to look up comps on that. I know that's about in range with what it normally goes for. Am I missing anything? I might pick up this, But yeah, it's been honestly a much more solid toy show than I really anticipated. I'm feeling pretty good. All right, so this is everything that I ended up coming away with from Matt's booth. Really healthy looking stack here. The total was $255. And then I spent another, I think it was $150 or something like that on this bag, which feels good. I believe that brings our grand total for the day to just over $1,700 spent, which, boy, for a toy show feels pretty dang good.